Okay, and we are live. But obviously, as a starting soon screen, let me just make sure everything's running smoothly.
I will jump on and host 1 second. Get myself a whiskey poured.
Same here.
So I'm gonna need it.
Right, just double checking over everything. Notepad, bear with me.
Oh yeah, where's mine? There it is. Right, I'm loading stuff up on my Xbox, like the Xbox showcase. Oh, also, just quickly, you know when we talk about the showcases for like the recent releases, do you want to do PlayStation? I'll do Xbox.
Sure.
Awesome. It just saves us like maybe talking over each other and stuff. It just means that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's just right. Let's pop over. Say hi.
Nice.
Okay, guys. Hello. Hopefully, we should all be live. We should be coolio, I believe. Obviously, first time with this new thing, so like the new overlay. So, yeah. I mean, Demolition saying hi, bud. So that means we are on screen. This has also been recorded, guys. This will be put over to the YouTube channel after the stream as well. And I suppose we could do this for the, you know, clips and highlights and stuff, right?
I thought so, yeah.
Blackhand, thank you so much for the raid, for the host. Mike sounds amazing, mate. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Lauren, hey. CJ, what's good, dude? Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, CJ, new mic. And the rum and coke. I believe Blackhandcraft has his... Is it whiskey you've got?
Whiskey man, no rocks.
Whiskey man, no rocks. Oh, see, I need the rocks. Hey, EWA, what's going on, dude? I hope you're well. Whoa, podcast, this is so exciting. I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Me and Blackhandcraft have spent days on this now. It doesn't sound that long, but trust me.
Days and then hours within those days.
We didn't hydrate,
an argument.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Jake Taylor, what's good? How are we doing? Good eyesight. It was like a little surprise. Yes, 100%. So obviously there'll be more and more people coming in. I hope. I haven't actually put out a tweet saying that we're live. But I mean, hey, I put it in Discord. Hey Delta, what's going on, dude? How are we? Oh, CJ going ballistic with the rum. Right. So guys, welcome as well. This is something that me and Blackhandcraft here would like to be doing at least once a week. It's called the Rumor Has It, the podcast, where we'll be discussing things like Yeah, Delta. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was slowly coming towards this. It's not everything that we'll be doing. This would be like a once a week thing. Obviously, we'll both be doing our separate streams along with it as well. But yeah, this will be the Rumor Has It, the podcast where we're discussing things like trending YouTube drama, gaming sort of controversies or news or topics that's happening. It could be anything related to Xbox, PlayStation, PC. It could be anything really, but hence why the name has Rumor Has It. But yeah, we're looking excited for it. We're looking forward to it. And yeah, I think got the notes here, guys, because obviously just bear in mind, guys, as well. This is the Silent Killer. Sorry for the interruption, but with the 6,000 points donation towards the choose a horror game, that would be interesting. Yo, Pawsy, what's happening? Yeah, so just bear in mind, guys, that this is the pilot episode. This is the sort of testing first episode, so hopefully all goes well. Hopefully you all get to stick around. I want you all to join in as well and sort of get involved in this. So but here we have Blackhandcraft, and I'll let him sort of take over and speak about and introduce himself.
Awesome, thank you very much. So yeah, my name's Blackhandcraft. I've been streaming for, I don't know, about just over a year, and I think podcast is something that I have always had in my head. When me and Ducky put heads together about it a couple of days ago, you know, it's been something I've been wanting to do for quite a while. Obviously understanding that Ducky has as well. So it just seemed like the right time. It's, as Ducky's already said, you know, this is the pilot episode, so we're still working around the edges. Some of it is still going to be a bit rough, but I mean, ideally, it is just bringing, and again, like he said, you know, it's Rumor Has It. We just want to kind of address a lot of news stories that will be coming up, and just kind of like bring information to you guys, have discussions about it, maybe discuss any theories that anybody's got, stuff like that, you know. So, I mean, it just kind of seemed right, didn't it? You know, when we were discussing it the other day, it seemed like the right time to do it. We got the idea
really cool. We were so excited to do it as well. Do you know what I mean? It was.
I mean, trying to decide the name was probably the most difficult bit of it, I think. But
I think it actually was. Yeah. CJ,
we had 4 people, didn't we?
Oh God, yeah, more than that, I think.
You, me, Pawsy, and Lauren, and then whoever else. Yeah.
CJ, I got the new microphone. When was it? Yesterday, right? Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, it got delivered yesterday. It's the Rode Podcaster, which is the new microphone that I have. V-Chunk, what's going on? Sorry, dude. But yeah, so I think I did hopefully drag everything on over here. Yeah, so hang on a minute, because I don't want that going onto your screen, that's all. So yeah, we have sort of brought everything over here. We, like I said, guys, we do want to be doing this around once a week. So there is now a new channel points as well in the channel section on the bottom corner, which is where you guys can sort of recommend topics and ideas for us to discuss. It's not don't think, oh god, this is going to be a boring, you know, sort of snooze fest of a podcast. It's not. It's like when I was just chatting, but now we have like obviously Blackhandcraft as well. It's going to be a thing that we'll both be doing. I'm sorry, does your icon have a flashing star when you are live? Oh, I don't know. Does my icon have a flashing star? Which one? Like the SomeRandomDucky, like the Twitch account? I don't know. Is that a thing? I know it normally has the... No? Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I was like, I don't know. I don't think it does. Yes, the Twitch account. I mean, are you seeing a flashing star? But like I said,
can't see anything.
You can't see anything.
No.
Oh, it's different for other people. Why? Weird. For me, mine's just, yeah, it's like a purple ring that's like around the picture. That's what it should be. It might just be, maybe, maybe it's fine. But yeah, like I said, guys, we don't want this to be like some sort of like boring little snooze fest that you guys, you know, are going to be start to see once a week. We want this to be exciting. We want you guys to get involved. Yeah, Twitch is just weird like that, V-Chun. You're absolutely right.
I mean, the whole idea of the podcast came from us two literally bullying each other for 35 minutes. And it's, I mean, like Ducky's just said, we don't want it to be, you know, where we just bully each other constantly for an hour or so. But then we don't want it to be, you know, we want a nice happy medium between.
Yeah. We want
discussing these news stories and stuff. And
yeah, like we want to be able to broadcast and, you know, obviously give you guys the new update of whatever's happening this week. We love drama. We hope you love drama. You know, it could be a little story from a game that's been released, or it could be some, you know, Shane Dawson drama on YouTube or whatever it is. You know, I'm sure we'll cover it. We want it to be a laugh. Lauren's going to be getting involved as well to obviously help me out and Liam out with the sort of YouTube drama, because she's a lot more up to date with it than I am. And we will be having obviously special guests on as well from time to time, Lauren being one of them. So if you guys want to obviously like hang around and catch Lauren as well, she'll definitely be on at some point. But yeah, I mean, altogether it's just going to be, we just want have they, CJ? See, I didn't even know that. What about you? Jake Paul and KSI have been beefing.
Jake Paul and KSI, yeah, I've seen little bits of it, but I haven't actually. I think all I've seen is pretty much as CJ said. All I've seen is that there has been some beef, but I haven't seen what it is. I haven't seen what's been said, or.
I mean,
in fact, I'll have a look at it now. I've got my, I've got. The
yeah, I mean, give it a little, give it a little research. Yeah, Evil Dead Girl, what is happening? Welcome.
Oh, Evil Dead Girl, thank you very much for the follow. Gave me a follow a few minutes ago. I do appreciate that. So Jake Paul and KSI.
How are we doing, Evil Dead Girl?
I'm kind of surprised it's not him and Logan anymore.
I know, yeah. Apparently it's about the music. I'll tell you what though, guys. I was watching someone else on Twitch, I think it was last night, and they had a sort of quite a good beat, you know, quite a like relatively new rap song. And they were like, guess who? He said, I'll give 100 V-Bucks, which is obviously like Fortnite money. He said, I'll give 100 V-Bucks to anyone who can tell me who sings this. And everyone was like, you know, sort of splitting off these random names. And they went, nope. And then someone went and chat Jake Paul. And this guy was like, yes, it is Jake Paul. And it did not sound anything like Jake Paul at all. It surprised me because I actually thought it was quite a good song. You're good. That's good to hear. I've been staying away from the YouTube drama. I get that stuff is happening, but I don't like seeing people getting shut down from their past. Yeah, I get that. I mean, if it's obviously been stuff being dredged up from the past, you know what I mean? Like something that happened, say, 5-10 years ago, then it's probably something, unless it relates to present time, it's not going to be something that obviously we dredge up. We don't need to. It's not his song. He had a ghost writer. KSI. Yeah, but that's another thing as well. Like, everyone's been dissing Jake Paul, like, oh, he didn't write his own song. Do you know how many like artists don't actually write their own songs? Like, is it like, I think Beyonce's got about 27 different writers. Really? 27 for Beyonce?
I'm sure it's Beyonce. There's somebody and they've got this ridiculous amount of writers for a song, because they're the sort of one that everybody compares against, like all of these old school tracks like the Beatles and that, where they write their own stuff. I'm sure it's Beyonce. It might not be. I'm just reading the Jake Paul stuff now. So yeah, exactly, Delta. Yeah, I mean, V-Chunk as well. Almost, I've got to say, like, there'll be so many times where I watch an interview with, like, say, Charlie Puth or something, and he'll be like, oh yeah, I wrote this song for this person, and I came up with this melody for this person. Like, they help each other out in that sense, you know what I mean? So they're not called vocalists for a reason. I mean, did you manage to find anything on the KSI thing? Yeah, so Jake Paul released a song oh, hold on, it's just disappeared. There it is. So Jake Paul, for God's sake, hold on, I probably shouldn't have used my Xbox really, because the internet app on the Xbox is not reliable. It's not. It's really not. Especially having to use the like analog stick to try and control the mouse going across it. So yeah. Not to bum off KSI, but he's the only one I know who writes all of his music. I mean, he'll have help. You know? Right. So Jake Paul released his new music video, Fresh Out of London, and of course it included a segment of himself calling for a KSI boxing match. The rap track released on Friday began with a group of scantily clad women, of course it did, asking Jake when he would fight KSI, and he responded, shit, I don't know, whenever he stops playing FIFA. Wow, okay. So this was released right after, no, it was released the same day as KSI released his new single, Lighter. Okay. So whether or not Jake Paul's done that, no, he's definitely done that on purpose.
Oh,
he's definitely released that the same day on purpose.
Yeah, you can't say that he hasn't,
But then that kind of contradicts his point when he made shit. I don't know when he stops playing FIFA. Well, he's obviously not playing FIFA if he's just released a fucking song.
Will there be some ET? Of course, yeah. So CJ, what's happening is this is going to be like a little weekly show that we want to do. So we want to do like one podcast every week. And obviously what we're going to start doing as well is if you want to have a little search, guys, on Twitch, on Twitter and everything, there is now a rumor has it the podcast Twitch account, Twitter account. If you want to go drop those a follow, guys, please do. Obviously that account needs to hit affiliate, which would be great as well. But what we'll be doing is we'll be streaming it on here first, and then we'll be doing it 1 week on this account, 1 week on that account, and just try and bring some people across. But yeah, apart from the one day a week of this, then yeah, both streams will be absolutely normal how they were, CJ. So yes, there's going to still be some ETS. JJ, hello, how we doing? Some people have a really good voice but cannot write songs, and some people can just write songs but can't sing. Exactly. KSI would win what? Oh, maybe a fight against Jake? See, I don't think he would. Watching the fights. Yeah, really JJ, we're good, mate. We're good. They are. I mean, watching from the YouTube boxing, and a lot of people gave a lot of the YouTube boxing a lot of shit. They're like, oh, you're ruining the boxing. We're like, no. If anything, it's boosted boxing. You know what I mean? It's boosted their names. It's
my favorite. Sorry, carry on.
I was just gonna say, even though the fight between him and Deji wasn't absolutely brilliant, I do think. I mean, I would have said all year round, KSI would have beat Logan Paul. But I don't think KSI would beat Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul's 5 times the boxer than Logan Paul is.
Well, Jake Paul practices a lot as well, doesn't he? He does a lot of training.
I'm not saying I like Jake Paul. Personally, I don't like Jake Paul. But when, I give credit when it's due, and I think he's a very good boxer. Or, for an amateur, he is. So
the best bit of the YouTube fights, though, was the entire time Joe Weller just constantly referring back to his first YouTube fight that he lost. But the entire time, just whilst he was commentating, yes, but in my fight, I did this. Now, I don't have very good opinions of Joe Weller.
Neither do I, to be fair. I will happily say that. I mean, I don't know what your guys' views on Joe Weller are, but personally, no, he's too much about himself, I think.
Yeah, but Joe Weller's vet. It's like what I was saying to Ducky a little while ago. So Jake Paul did a video. When was it? It was probably start of this year. And he got Joe Weller to come in, and basically they were having a chat about the fight. Joe Weller ended up turning up late. So in the time before Weller turned up, Jake Paul wrote a diss track about him and played it for him. And Joe Weller was just loving it. And I was like, how little respect have you got to have for yourself that this guy is just calling you out in front of all of his viewers and his fans? He had like 25 people in his garden.
Oh, no.
And you just sort of think, how little respect have you got for yourself that you're just going to let this guy walk all over you, and then you're going to suck up to him afterwards as well.
Yeah, I mean...
That's why I don't like Joe Weller.
I mean...
Joe Weller, if you're watching the podcast, my name's Blackhandcraft, twitch.tv.
Yeah, come at me, bro. It's just like, no.
Next YouTube fight, 19 subscribers versus 2 million.
Twitch boxing, it's the next big thing, guys.
Twitch boxing.
It's coming. I mean, to be fair to Deji, not saying that there's his excuse. He didn't train very hard compared to KSI, but I still think Jake would have won. Yeah, 100%. How come you ban Matt? He wanted to donate some bits, just because of the way he was chatting, dude. I mean, I don't want negative things in the community, even if it was for some bits. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, that was some big drama, and I do feel like in some way it's always those four, like Logan, Jake, or KSI or Deji, are always, sneaking their way. They're always in drama somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But I mean,
well, it's kind of, it goes back to this whole, everybody talks about the media and this sort of stuff. They're always in drama because that's the only news stories we ever get shown. But at the same time, there's a lot of those news stories, so they are obviously in a lot of drama all the time. Yeah. I think it was Lauren that said in your chat, wasn't it, that Jake Paul's been in non-stop drama for the last the point.
Yes, yeah.
He's been in non-stop drama for the last 2 weeks, and even before then, you know, it's probably at least once, like every couple of months, he'd do something stupid that would piss somebody off.
Yeah, it's just bound to happen though, isn't it? When you become that big on like a platform as well, you can do anything to just piss people off. Do you know what I mean?
But like with YouTube boxing as well, I mean, if you think about it, so you get a boxing match, you got Anthony, who was the last guy that Joshua fought?
Andy Ruiz.
Yeah,
Andy Ruiz
Joshua
Jr.
Ruiz, and the build up to that fight was looking into the, and this is kind of the difference between YouTube boxing and actual boxing, the sport. So Joshua and Ruiz, the build up to it was their fights. They had the press conferences, things like that, and you know they'd be squaring up to each other.
Yeah.
YouTube boxing, the build up to the fight is
throwing plastic bottles and do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
throwing plastic bottles, taking the piss out of each other's music videos.
Yeah,
saying that
do you know what I mean? Look at his hairline. Oh my god, his hairline is so. Jake never learns from his mistakes. I mean, I can believe that. Legend of the North. When being famous, having negative attention works. Yeah, 100. Like, I mean, it's that famous saying, isn't it, that any publicity is good publicity in a sense. Yeah. Have you heard about Jake Paul throwing parties, even though LA has a higher COVID case than New York?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Did you? I haven't heard about that.
Yeah.
Logan Paul had a paint can thrown at him at his Bentley when he came to the UK. I can believe that. Because some don't take that shit they want you to believe. I mean, what was this about him throwing a party then? So Jake Paul was just like, fuck the guidelines. You know, I want some Sambuca shots. Let's get the tequila. Like, what's this about?
The only thing with that, though, is that, like, if you think about it, yes, Jake Paul has thrown a party when he shouldn't have done. But how many thousands and thousands of people have been breaking the rules of COVID?
Oh, mate, every day.
Jake Paul's definitely not. I mean, yeah,
he's not alone, right?
He's a public figure, so he shouldn't have done it because people are looking up to him.
People look up to him. He's in the limelight every day. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. But thousands upon thousands of people are breaking the COVID rule. Like, I was in the shop earlier, and there was like 3 kids running around without masks on. Like, people are just breaking the rules straight away.
Yeah. Kai, can I just quickly say, sorry, Kai, thank you so much for liking the tweet. Guys, please remember that the Rumor Has It podcast does now have a Twitch account and Twitter account. Please go drop them a follow. I'd really appreciate that. Danny Gamer asks how we're both doing and if we're trying something new. I mean, I'm well. How are you?
I'm not too bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're both good, thank you, Danny. Yeah, we're trying something new. It's something we wanted to always do, is just, you know, start a little podcast. Nothing overly serious. We want to talk about something, you know, current situations. We want to be able to have a laugh about them. Not everything is going to be 100% true. We're going to be looking at, like, rumors, hence the name of the podcast is Rumor Has It. You know, so if someone comes in and says, hey, we don't, you know, like when the whole Dr. Disrespect thing went down, and it was like, oh, is he permanently banned? Is he not? If we would be talking about things like what would happen if he was permanently banned, what would happen if he wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, the pros and cons to everything. But yeah, I mean, yeah,
that probably will be a topic of discussion at some point.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because there's been some new stuff about it, hasn't there, with him and YouTube?
I mean, I believe there's been some sort of. Thank you, Pawsey. I believe that, dude. I believe that, dude. I appreciate that. But I mean, the good thing is as well is, like, we want to be doing this, Danny, as well, it's about once a week, isn't it? I proper started there. Yeah, we'll be doing this once a week. It'll be like a little weekly thing that we do together, and then obviously for the rest of the week, I'll be streaming normally. Blackhand will be streaming normally as well. Please go check out his account. And yeah, it'll be hopefully it'll be something that we can actually start to do once a week, and it'll be really good, you know. And hopefully it'll be it's something a little bit different, you know, and it's something we can all have a laugh about. We can all get involved. I want you all to get, like, sort of proper involved in a discussion, throw ideas at us, you know. So but I mean, I'm looking forward to this, guys. Like I said, this is the pilot cast. It's going to be a little bit thank you, Danny, I appreciate that. It's going to be a little bit rough around the edges, this one, but I mean, it's the first one we do. This one will be uploaded to the YouTube as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. But I mean, exciting times.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no worries, CJ. Thank you so much for stopping by there, dude. I appreciate that. I mean, what's this new stuff about him and YouTube then with Dr. Disrespect? Because I know that he released an Instagram video, didn't he? That's the last I saw, was you can take my soul or something, but you can't control me. Something along those lines. It was very moving. It was, oh, okay.
So there was something, there was a speculation. It wasn't him saying it, but there was somebody speculating. Let me see if I can find the news story. There was somebody speculating.
I've nearly finished my rum and coke already.
Have, if it'll load up, he is now going to be streaming full time on YouTube. So nothing's been confirmed.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, is that confirmed?
Nothing's been confirmed yet.
Right.
Although saying that, there is now something here saying that he is not likely moving to YouTube.
Oh, really?
The main topic of discussion is what is he going to be doing?
Yeah, well, of course.
A name like Dr. Disrespect. I mean, how old was he? Like maybe 30s or something?
Yeah, I believe so. 30s, maybe touching 40s, but I believe it's 30s.
Maybe touching 40s. Yeah. He can't get banned from Twitch now permanently and not move to another platform. Like, it just can't work like that. He's easily made enough money to retire, but he's got his fan base.
Well, he's got
the Champions Club, was it? Is that what he's called his fans? Or Champions?
Yeah, the Champions Club, yeah.
So there's been a new theory. Apparently he can move to Spotify.
Well,
so this will be that new streaming platform. Spotify and is it Google? Spotify and Google? No, it's not. Spotify's working with somebody to create a streaming platform.
Oh, no. So Spotify themselves were meant to start this new streaming platform called Brime.
Yeah.
I mean, now that's a fucking topic if we want to get started on that. Brime.
Yeah.
Guys, especially anyone here who's in chat as well with us, guys, please make sure, obviously,
thanks, Pauls.
We are doing, obviously, a podcast, just chatting stream, that sort of style, but obviously we want you guys to get involved as well. What are your thoughts on this whole Brime situation? I mean, if you go on Twitter, this Brime account has some serious followers.
Yeah.
Now, Brime went viral because when the whole thing went down with Mixer, there was this new streaming service funded or whatever by Spotify, and the only two accounts it followed at the time, so Kai, this new streaming platform supposedly was all over Twitter, and because the only accounts it followed at the time was Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, and Ninja. They were the only accounts, and it was all, there's a big conspiracy. These are the guys like, Ninja won't come back to Twitch, he's going to Brime. And then Ninja said something funny on his stream, because he actually did a random live stream on YouTube. Like, he just dropped it. Like, he didn't post anything. He didn't say anything about, like, hey guys, I'm going live on YouTube tomorrow or anything like that, or next week. Like, he was on with Tim the Tapman from Twitch. He was on with Tim's friend as well, and him, and he just went live on YouTube, and everyone was like psyched. He had something like, I don't quote me on this number, but I want to say around 34,000 viewers at the time, and I think he reached something like 100,000 viewers on YouTube at this time for his first stream back, right? And he dropped a comment saying, "Oh, but do you know what's crazy? That no one knows that I'm going with Brime." And he said it as a joke, and people were clipping just that little bit, and it went viral. And then Brime even used it as a little promo thing. They retweeted it saying, "Oh, Ninja's coming with us." And I just don't know if whether to take it seriously or not. Because
I think the way it's got to be looked at, especially because I don't think I don't think Ninja would be coming back to Twitch, anytime soon. He probably would be looking for the next big outlet, and people would be, for a company like Brime, who are wanting to get off they're wanting to hit the ground running, they'd be looking to recruit a serious lead for starting up. Yeah. And I think there's been so many issues with Twitch recently. Like the Twitch app is terrible. The Twitch interface, they switched it around to the creator dashboard, and not even all the tabs make sense.
Yes, yeah.
At the minute, I think Twitch is going to have competition.
Right. I think, and this isn't me saying this, guys. This is Harris Heller, right, from Alpha Gaming Channel. He said this, and I'm quoting him, and I agree with it, right? For a streaming platform to completely overtake Twitch, it takes one thing. One thing. Right, you can have it the exact same layout. You can have it as the whole thing exactly the same. You could literally just copy twitch.tv and make a new sort of streaming service, streaming website, and there's one thing that you could do to change it, and it would massively increase that streaming platform. It could possibly beat Twitch. That one thing is discoverability for smaller streamers. And how would they do that? if you look at things like TikTok, right? They are, I don't know, small clips of, you know, footage or whatever else that you can scroll onto, flick up, next video. Don't like that one, flick up, next video. Or like this one, double tap like. Do you know what I mean? Simple. And that's how you get lost in a loop, is because, you know, you're always swiping through these variety of different videos, these small clips, and then you can check out their full channel. Same with YouTube. How many times has everybody here, at least once, right? You've all been on Twitch, seen nobody that you know you're either interested in watching, or no one that you do, you know, that you do watch is live, and you've clicked the X, you've closed down Twitch, and you've opened YouTube because you know that you can get recommended videos thrown at you. Do you know what I mean? So it takes one person to take something like Twitch, but then every clip that Blackhand makes, that I make, that Palsy makes, that Evil Dead Girl makes, anyone like that, right? And then throw it together, and they go like, hey, look, check out some of these like 30-second clips, and you can just flick through them and then click the profile picture to it, like explore their full profile. That would blow up. That would make like discoverability 10 times bigger than anything.
Well, I mean, discussing discoverability. I'm currently looking at my recommended channels on the Twitch app.
Yep.
The top one, 949 viewers.
Yeah, I
mean, the one below that is 41. The one below that is 37. So 37 and 41 average viewers that's quite a, you know, that's a relatively big channel.
Yes.
That's not a discoverability for a small streamer. I usually average at about 6 or 7 viewers at the minute. You know, I don't see anybody there. They're all double figures.
They're all double figures, yeah. And 9 times out of 10, because I follow the one account, the one main account. I don't follow any big streamers, right? The one account that I do that is a big streamer is Tim the Tapman, right? I follow him, I enjoy him, that is it, right? On my recommended channels, I get Tafui, Symphony, fucking, do you know what I mean, Cloaksy, whoever else. 2k, 3k plus viewers. And I'm thinking, this is why smaller streamers are not getting discovered. This is why, I mean, you watch some streamers and they go, oh, you know, grinding and streaming, you're not going to get discovered. You have to make, you know, videos on YouTube and do things on Instagram. You shouldn't need to. Right? Yes, don't get me wrong, that does help, right? Being like posting videos regularly on YouTube, posting like posts on like Twitter and no worries V-Chunk, and posting things on like, you know, Instagram and YouTube will get you discovered more because they're more discoverable. Do you know what I mean? You're more likely to be found on them, and then you're just bringing them across to Twitch. But there should be something on Twitch, on the site, that can, you know, help people grow, help them be discovered as well. But there isn't. There just isn't. That's why you have like Facebook group chats or Discord like group chats. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are people who are thinking, hey, look, there's something seriously wrong with Twitch. We need to support each other.
There's one feature that Twitch needs, and honestly, because at the minute, like I say, I reckon Twitch needs to be worried. I reckon Twitch needs to be worried about a new platform coming up and taking over their spotlight. There's one feature that they need which would save that, and that is, at the end of, like, say, let's take this stream, for example, the end of this stream, as soon as Ducky presses stop streaming, it needs to give you 2 or 3 smaller streamers or similar streamers and say, you've just finished this stream. Do you want to watch one of these instead?
Yeah.
You know, like, if I finish my stream with 6 viewers, Twitch needs to give what's left of my viewers the option to jump to somebody else that is
similar
kind
size.
of same as raids, you know? Yeah. If I raid, I usually try and pick somebody that is quite low on viewers, and I take my community over there, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, that's if Twitch gets that feature and they fix their bloody app, but that's a different discussion. If they get that feature, I reckon they'll be safe for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
they'll buy themselves some time.
Exactly, like Delta's just said there, right? Delta's just put in chat there, like YouTube does. You finish watching a YouTube video, right next to it is, hey, you've just watched something on, I don't know.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, fried chicken or something. Do you know what I mean? Oh, you've just watched someone cook a home-baked pizza. Here's someone making a home-baked spag bowl. There you go. And do you know what I mean? It feeds you with the algorithms. Like, you know, oh, we know you like this.
Twitch is recommended at the minute is, oh, you've just watched somebody make a home-baked pizza. Watch this celebrity chef make dinner for 25,000 people.
Yeah, or it's something like, oh, you're just watching something.
That doesn't help. Nobody wants that. I don't want to make dinner for 25k. I want to make a pizza.
For me and, like, my partner or me and my family, like. But, I mean...
YouTube's pizza for pizza. Twitch is pizza for, I don't know.
Yeah, like...
non-pizza eaters.
Like... a simple algorithm, as you said then, is like, you know, say you're a streamer that averages at 10 viewers. When you finish that and you're not hosting or raiding anyone, Twitch should go, right, guys, you know, there's another streamer here that has a similar audience and it also has, you know, 9 or 10 viewers. Would you like to watch them? And you can click yes, no, what, do you know what I mean? And you can just transfer over easily. Hey, Anna, what's good? I was wondering what the no was for. I was trying to look for a little message above it, but I didn't see it. You meant yo. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that's kind of growing to my surprise, to be fair, is Facebook gaming. Or did I mean yo? The suspicion. So yeah, I mean, Facebook gaming as well. Apparently, Facebook does promote small streamers on your feed, and not just the big ones. I didn't know that.
I've only ever seen the big streamers on my Facebook feed. The lowest amount of viewers I've ever seen on my Facebook feed was 62,735, and that was today.
Holy crap, that's so many.
Well, thing is that I've honestly seen some Facebook streamers. I've seen them at like 340,000 viewers, but
they have been done though. Facebook have been.
How does Facebook moderate those viewers? I don't mean moderate as in like how does it stop people swearing. I mean moderate as in what does it class as a viewer?
Exactly.
If it's up on my home feed when I'm scrolling through, because like
does that class as a viewer?
Recommended on Twitch, that doesn't count me as a viewer. But if it comes up on my home feed on Facebook, does that count me as a viewer? Because technically it's a video on my homepage. So what does Facebook, you know, although they show these streamers with hundreds of thousands of viewers, but how many of them viewers are actually there? Because if you look at the chat's not that active.
Yeah, I mean, for 600 something thousand or whatever you said, like 60,000 people, you'd expect a pretty fast, you know, pretty speedy chat. You look at Tim the Tapman, he sits at like 20, 30k, sometimes 40k, and you know, you'll be, if you miss a message, you're fucked. Do you know what I mean? Like you got to try and scroll back up. Like, but Facebook have been bollocked. Facebook have been known to, you know, fucking tamper with, like, you know, not so much botting channels, but giving them a little push. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're on 20, we'll add a 0. Do you know what I mean?
Wish Twitch would do that for me.
Right, boys, good luck with the rest of the stream. Much love to you both. Not going to say what I'm doing, but you know, love heart. Thank you so much, Pawsy. Oh my god, he's having a little bit of a tug. Go on, Pawsy. If you get that, you'll see a lot of small streamers on feed. Oh, is that the new little special tab that you can get on Facebook? I didn't even know that. I do have a little tab for Facebook gaming, but I never click it.
No, I've never been on it. And I probably
see you soon, Anna.
I mean, Twitch at the minute, you know, Twitch has got the name, they've got the portal, they have probably taken a few steps further ahead in the race for these platforms because Mixer's gone. But
yeah, they're more known as well. Do you know? They're like, it's like
more known.
If I say I didn't stream now, right? Technically, guys, as well, we have a brand new account now. Do you know what I mean? We have started a brand new account. We have Rumor Has It, the podcast Twitch account. Please, guys, go give that drop that a follow. Thank you. But at the same time, it was a no-brainer to just sort of go, right, okay, we'll do that. Thank you, Pawsy. We'll drop that, you know, on Twitch, because we're going to have a YouTube channel. We're going to put these back on YouTube. We're going to do highlights. We're going to do clips. You know what I mean? We're going to do funny moments or whatever, but we're going to be live streaming every podcast, every stream, anything like this directly on Twitch. And I think it's because it's more, you know, more well-known. It's like, do you want the safety net, or do you want to possibly take a risk and maybe get a bigger reward because obviously it's a smaller service? I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you go on somewhere that is smaller, you're going to grow quicker in somewhat sense, because maybe not number-wise, but in total compared to other people, you're going to grow quicker, right? So it's
absolutely,
you know, it's completely choice. But in my eyes, Twitch isn't going anywhere for a while unless someone, like I said, completely modernizes and like revamps a new streaming service, like similar to things like TikTok or whatever else. This isn't going anywhere. Welcome back, Anna.
Like, I mean, if somebody works on something solidly and picks up on Twitch's faults, they're gonna have competition. But at the minute, like you've said, it's that name that everybody recognizes. Yeah, like now Mixer's gone. It's like, hey, are you a streamer? YouTube or Twitch? Twitch is the obvious one, isn't it? Yeah. But there's competition for everything, you know. And it's probably if a new platform, say if it's Brine, if that does become a thing, it's not going to be competition for a while yet. You know, I mean, all Twitch streamers watching this, you're probably safe for a good couple of years.
Easy peasy. I mean, Timeshares, thank you so much for contributing that, and how are you as well? Thank you for stopping in. I don't know if you've been lurking a little bit, but I appreciate that. I mean, Evil Dead Girl here just said a stream service that allows music, and that's what the hype was about Brime, because Brime's supposedly, you know, owned by Spotify. They're thinking, oh, you know, well, Spotify has a license, maybe that will be a streaming platform that allows you to play music. And don't get me wrong, if it is, that will be instantly within a click. You know, that's going to be right. Twitch will be like, right, shit, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what company you are or how much money you have, because you look at Microsoft, who took Microsoft, and they failed. I'm not dissing anyone that's on that platform. You didn't know any better. Do you know what I mean? Microsoft really let the community down on Mixer. Like, it was literally revealed on a tweet, like, hey guys, streaming, like, you know, especially, you know, for a lot of people, it's a job. This is where their income comes from, and that they get alerted the day before, like, oh, in a month's time, guys, you're jobless. Like, could you imagine that? You'd be like, wait, what? So that would definitely be, even though that's a good point, that would definitely be something that would be, you know, swaying the scales a little bit.
It would be the tipping factor for a lot of people, that where they want to stream, because which one's going to offer them more.
Yeah.
It's like Xbox and PlayStation. You know, you got to choose between, unless obviously you can buy both. That's great. I can't. I'm an estate agent. I barely make any money, so I can only afford one. But you know, you got to choose which one offers you what you want. Xbox offers me Halo, but PlayStation offers me Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it's just little things like that that would, you know, be the tipping scale for somebody's decision between Twitch or Brime. You know, I can play loads of music on this one, but I can only play a couple of playlists on this one.
Yeah, that's it.
And even then, as me and Ducky have found out, the playlists aren't even that reliable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've had the copyright rap playlist that we recently figured out has like ASAP Rocky and G-Eazy and stuff. Because I was like, yo, this is meant to be a copyright playlist. Why is my stream getting muted? And then like ASAP Rocky's like, have been muted. Okay, I'm back again. Anna, I've just read the message. I really hope your mum's okay. I'm not sure if it's a joke or not, but fingers crossed your mum's okay. The Twitch thing also needs is easier access to work with brands for sponsorships. Like, again, with TikTok. After you meet certain guidelines, you can literally connect with brands through the app. Didn't even know that. I know one good thing, to be fair.
I'm saying that's what Twitch does need.
Yeah, I mean, like she's saying, like with TikTok, like they make
with
that.
TikTok. Sorry, yeah, my bad. Sorry, I read the wrong bit.
But I mean, I know one thing that I will give Twitch is the companies that it does work with, such as Stream Elements, Stream Labs, those sort of you know, providers. They do work closely together, and they do allow. I know even if they go still here, I know there's a streamer on Twitch called Bender, and he actually has done a few little sort of mini sponsorship, like promotional for games and stuff with Stream Elements. So I know they do those little things. So just needs one thing for it. Twitch could easily allow music on streams on an easy way. How? Because surely they'd have to buy a license, right?
Yeah, it's not really down to Twitch who they well, no, it is. Sorry, no, it is down to Twitch, but behind every artist, you've got your agents, your producers, the labels that own them. Like somebody like, say, if I wanted to play Slipknot, I couldn't even go to the agent of Slipknot and say, "Can I play?" Because me and the agent of Slipknot are best mates.
Yeah,
I'd have
exactly.
To go to the
yeah.
music label that owns Slipknot's music. So the agent doesn't actually. The agent books their gigs and stuff, but the music label owns the music. So
yes, exactly. Yeah.
It's for Twitch to be able to play music, and this is why it'd be a lot easier for Spotify, because Spotify have already covered it. But for Twitch, there's so many different loops and hurdles they would have to go through for people to just be able to play whatever music they wanted. Which I do kind of take the piss a bit and still play whatever I want on my channel, but then my streams get muted.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not so much Twitch, it's DMC. Like Twitch, it's more Twitch are being told off. Like, look, you know, please stop letting your people like stream the music. Like, we're the ones getting bollocked here, and Twitch are like, okay, we'll try and do our best. You know what I mean? It's like
we'll do what we can.
Yeah, it's like if a kid does something wrong in school, the parents are the ones that are going to get called into the office. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're the ones going to get a phone call. Like, your child's been in trouble, and the parents like, okay, well, we'll try our best to, you know, give them a little smack and say, look, no, you can't do that. But it's up to the child if they go back to school the next day and, you know, do the same thing. So I pay for Spotify Premium, so the label is getting the money when I'm listening. Exactly, but obviously Twitch can't verify if you're paying for Apple Music, Spotify Premium, and it's on a separate service as well. So it's still technically, you have the rights when you pay for Spotify Premium. You're contributing towards them. Obviously, you're paying. Look, hey, Spotify, send a few pennies over to the. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what you're saying, but that's giving you permission to listen to it. It's weird. I got confused with this because I was like, with Amazon, I pay for Amazon Prime, so I have Amazon Music, and I was like, yo, I pay for Amazon Music. Like, you know, I'm paying money. Like, why can't I play the music? And it's because you actually need exactly, Delta. Commercial is a different ball game. There's a different ballpark, you know, like, you do not have the rights to third party broadcast that, and that's what you're doing. No. Because technically, let's say Delta isn't paying for Amazon Prime, but I am, and I'm broadcasting that music to him. Do you know what I mean? So Twitch should link up to Apple Music or something. I don't think they ever would.
It's like, I mean, it's like if people stream movies, they'll put, you know, you're not allowed to stream a movie on Twitch because
some
you may pay for Netflix, but some random ducky might not pay for Netflix. So some random ducky is getting a free. That's why, you know, if you see people streaming movies, they'll put it as a tag as just chatting or something. You know?
Yeah, to try and get away with it, but
it's a risky game. To be fair, Twitch are in a bit of a risky game. Not that, you know, not it's like oh, we never knew we'd be in this situation. It's a risky game, but it's
exactly.
I mean, there's workarounds. You know, people do make a lot of non-copyright playlists. Unfortunately, you know, just be careful with them. If anybody here is thinking of, you know, oh, I didn't think about that, you know, I'll go and check out a non-copyright playlist on Spotify. Just be careful with it, because we have fallen into a trap already.
Yeah, you really need to
contain copyright music.
North Does Gaming, welcome in, welcome in. It's not up to Twitch at all, it's up to the broadcaster to get the license to allow the broad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, North actually showed me something which is really easy, and anyone can do this. If you go onto YouTube and go as if like you're going to create a video, they actually have a whole bunch and list of, you know, royalty-free music that they supply to you. Some will say, you know, if you read the fine print, some will say, hey, you can use this song. Others will say, hey, you can use this song as long as you sort of like, you know, tag the broadcaster or the artist, whoever made it, in like the video, so like credits, thank you to this person for the song. But apart from that, like, YouTube has a whole list, so it's really good to do that. But I know on Twitch you can stream certain movies. It's for partners only at the moment, I believe. But there is actually something called Twitch. Guys, what was it? I remember putting it in my Discord. It's something like Twitch. I can't remember what it was called. But you can do it. And basically it's like Twitch watch parties or something like that. And if you pay for Amazon Prime and the viewer, because Amazon and Twitch are obviously linked and they're owned by Amazon, when you see how like Evil Dead Girl in the chat has the little blue crown, which means she has Twitch Prime, which means she has Amazon Prime. Only Amazon Prime watchers can actually watch it. It is the Twitch watch party, yeah. And so I could stream a movie, and it'd have a setting where it'd have to verify the users, and it does it automatically, and it'll say, look, Evil Dead Girl has Amazon Prime, so yeah, she can jump in and, you know, watch the film, and that's how they do it. And I think that's a really cool way of doing it, to be fair. But it just means that people, you know, you might have a large number of your community that doesn't have Twitch Prime, and that means they can't watch, they can't join in, which is pretty, you know, it's a pretty shit thing to do. The radio, the radio does pay a lot. A radio broadcast license is a lot of money. At Delta, how much of a pain in the ass would it be for Twitch to make it possible? So much. I personally cannot see Twitch linking with any sort of music service. I think it'd just be too much money for them.
It would be
and I definitely can't see them get like Delta just get a contract with Spotify. It's owned by Amazon. If it's going to do anything, it'd use Amazon Music.
Yeah. So.
No, Danny. No. So Danny's just asked, wait, can I play songs because I have Amazon Music? So obviously Danny, so he's saying, look, but that's what I mean. Like this is how it's confusing for people. Like North came to my stream and told me because I was confused. I was there and I basically said the same thing as Danny. I said, look, I pay for Amazon Prime and Amazon Music. Can I play those songs? Unfortunately, not. It just gives you the right to listen to them.
And it's all that. It's down to the licenses behind it all, and I think it was somebody else. Was it Delta? Oh yeah, no, Delta's put it again. It's commercial. It's the difference between commercial and business use.
Yeah, third party. Like it's.
And it's weird, right? Because you'd have thought Twitch would have tried to cover it, but I know as you've as Ducky said, as people have said in the chat as well, it's such a difficult thing to try and work around.
Yes.
You never notice until the DMCA started getting involved. What was it, like a couple of months ago, was it? Or last month?
It was coming up to a few months ago now, but they've always been there, apparently, according to these larger streamers, such as like Tafui and like Tim the Tapman. Apparently it happens around the same time every year. So I don't think it'll ever be something that kind of stops. It's all money grabbing at the end of the day. In a sense, yes, but at the same time, it's the artists that need the money. Like they're making all these songs and there's millions of people using their music and just not getting paid for it. So that's like, say me or Blackhandcraft sell a t-shirt for one of our merch, and then
I've got two new ones, by the way.
Yeah, Blackhandcraft's got two new merch ones, by the way, and they're actually awesome, guys. They're actually awesome. But that's like then Demolition taking that shirt, printing it. It's an official, like Ducky logo or Blackhandcraft logo, but now he's reprinting it and then selling it off. Like, you can't do that. Do you know what I mean? So they should make music for the love of it, not money. Well, I'm sure they started off for the love of it, but when you become the size of like Beyonce, it's all about the money, I believe.
When you realise you've got a mortgage to pay. Love doesn't pay a mortgage.
Love doesn't pay a mortgage. Love for music doesn't pay bills. Exactly, Delta. You both just said the sort of same thing. But yeah, it's incredible. It's all very, it's mad and it's scary because larger streamers, who need to show the respect and set an example can get fucked for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if Tim the Tapman started playing, like, taking a piss a little bit now on its streams, then he's just gonna, I reckon he'll just get banned. So that's why, because now he's even started saying like, yo guys, if you're sending me links, I'm gonna like open it and mute it, just in case there's something in the background that's got music. Like he's like, I'm gonna mute this thing. Dude, it's me, fam. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Alex, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. Like I said, guys, this will be a weekly thing that me and Blackhandcraft or Liam will be doing. Hey cutie, hey Brad Miller, what's going on? So once a week, guys, we'll be doing a podcast. Apart from that, every other day, guys. So whenever we're not doing this, which is once a week, we will be streaming back to normal. Like, I'll be streaming what I stream, Blackhandcraft will be streaming what he streams. It's just once a week, guys. We'll be doing this like little podcast show, which is hopefully going to become really good. We do have a Twitter and Twitch account, guys, so please go drop them a follow. It is just Rumor Has It Podcast. On Twitch is at RHI Podcast. And then what we'll start doing, I think what we agreed was, obviously we'll start then doing it fortnightly. So we'll do one stream, say for instance on like where we are now, like here, and then like, let's say, for example, next week's will be on that account, and then it'll be back on this one, but then it'll be on that account, just to help you guys obviously transfer over to that account. But I'd really, we both really appreciate it if you could drop those a follow. I'm only winding everyone up. Thank you so much, Delta. I appreciate that. Delta's just dropped the follow. Let's see how quickly we can get the new podcast channel to affiliate.
Do you know what? I guarantee now, I bet money on it, the new podcast channel is going to reach affiliate before I did.
How long did it take you to reach affiliate?
It did take me a while. I think it took me about 4 or 5 months, or about
4 or 5 months,
about 5 or 6 months maybe to get affiliate. Right. So I reckon the new podcast channel is going to get affiliate in, what's it now, 28th of July. I reckon by the end of August.
The end of August.
Start of September. It'll be affiliate.
There you go, guys. You have just over 1 month. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, Evil Dead Girl says she followed an hour ago. Thank you so much. I mean, to be fair, Evil Dead Girl, I don't know how you knew. Like, I remember saying to you, Liam, about this. It scared me. So basically, I made the Twitter account, right? Posted it up. And this was before I put anything in the bio as well. The bio was empty. It was a picture of a microphone, and that was it. And it was called RHI Podcast, which stands for, obviously, Rumor Has It Podcast. Obviously, yeah, if you went digging, you'd see that the only accounts it followed at the time were me and, you know, Blackhandcraft. Thank you so much, Brad. I really appreciate that, man. So yeah, it was actually a blank Twitter, brand new Twitter account, and the only people that follow were me and you, but you'd have to do some digging. And the next thing you know, thank you, Danny, was I got a notification saying, Evil Dead Girl followed you. And I was like, now where's Evil Dead Girl gone to find this account? I was like, this is definitely out the way. I was like, hang on, what's happening here? So I remember following back and then having a little message, and I sent them a message and I said, thanks for the follow. And I tried to play it off cool. I remember saying this to you. I tried to play it off cool.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, like, thanks for the follow. And like Evil Dead Girl replied, not a problem. And I said, oh, recently Evil Dead Girl as well, guys, has released a merch, and she dropped it in my Discord. So I tried to play it sneaky by going, oh, I love the new merch, by the way. And I think by this point, she felt a bit freaked out. And I didn't realize how creepy it sounded at the time. So then I just like sort of came out and I was like, you know, oh no, it's Ducky and Blackhandcraft. Like, don't worry. I feel like Delta and North have been sort of discussing music. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, we did have those. So we had some topics that we kind of spitballed a couple of ideas about to discuss beforehand, and obviously one of the biggest things that's on everybody's mind at the minute is the recent showcase, which was
for the
weeks ago. So there was the
console,
Xbox showcase about 2 weeks ago, but obviously there's the 2 new consoles that are going to be coming out very soon. And in the last 2 or 3 months, if not a bit longer, we've seen so many new announced titles and even a couple of remasters. Like a really good looking couple of remasters, which I think are definitely taking precedence at the minute. So, I mean, top of the remasters list, I don't know what you guys think about this. I don't know if you've seen any that you think are probably going to be a bit more interesting, but definitely the biggest one, I think, of the remasters list has got to be the new Destroy All Humans.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen the Destroy All Humans.
If you don't know it already, it was an absolute classic. Back on the Xbox original, you play as an alien. It was almost kind of like free. It was like Hitman in the style that it was a linear based but free roam. You free roam around the levels, but it's a linear story based.
See, I had the original Xbox and I've never played that, but I've seen the new gameplay, and I've got to say, I was a bit bummed. Personally, I know this seems like, you know, might come a bit of a shock. I looked at it and I just thought, for, you know, a new game that's, you know, you can play now, but it's for the new consoles as well. I was a bit like, I was just expecting, you know, a bit more, you know, graphic wise. And I mean, it looked fun. Don't get me wrong. It's like the game that you were playing last night was Ooblets, right? Yeah. Don't get me started on that. That was
Hey, Ooblets is the best game ever.
Like, Ooblets seems so fun, but this Destroy All Humans, I looked at it. It was definitely involving and engaging, and I was like, yeah, okay, this looks okay. But I think for graphics wise and stuff, I was just a bit just like, yeah, okay, yeah, you know. So, but I mean, there's another obviously new remaster, not for so much for the new consoles. I think it's coming for PS4, and then obviously it will be released as well. But it's the new Call of Duty, the remastered. Is it Modern Warfare 2?
Modern Warfare 2, so that's already released currently for Xbox.
Yes, it's just being released for PlayStation. It's not released for PlayStation yet.
So it's the campaign so far. I personally don't think they're going to do the multiplayer. I don't think they'll touch on it because Modern Warfare's multiplayer is so big and they're adding so much to it.
Well, you've got
Obviously,
Warzone.
The introduction of Warzone was a huge feature. I know a lot of people that have downloaded Warzone for free and then gone on to buy the full game.
Yes.
So because Warzone, you get to use your multiplayer loadout, but if you get Warzone for free, you can't get a multiplayer loadout. I mean, you do get loadouts in it, but yeah, you can't jump into multiplayer and level up guns, can you?
No, exactly.
You've got to do it all through there. So, you're absolutely right, Ducky. It's going to be a huge one, that. And personally, it hasn't kicked off as much as it maybe should have done on the Xbox so far.
Yeah.
But it's a remastered campaign. Like, that campaign is easily
It's
and this
definitely
is coming from a guy. I've played every campaign of Call of Duty apart from the PSP ones.
Yeah,
and that is easily one of the best.
It is one of the
hands
best,
down.
but at the end of the day, not a lot of people play campaigns that much anymore. They'll play them, in a spare time. I have played. Yeah, no worries, Demolition. Sorry, quickly, guys. Oh Lord, help us by Evil Dead Girl. What's? Oh Lord, help us! What was happened? Dude, it's me, fam. Said power just went out, but we are good now. LMAO. Glad to have you back. I hope the power stays on for you.
Brad Miller Games, thanks for that follow, by the way, man. I really appreciate that. Same to Kai and Evil Dead Girl.
Much love, guys. Mac Wahlberg as well is in the house. How we doing, Mac? Welcome in, welcome in. Evil Dead Girl says, oh Lord, help us for the COD. I mean, like I said, it was a good one. It was very good. But I think, personally, I just think sometimes when things are good, just leave them good. Do you know what I mean? Leave them untouched. Leave them as a happy memory. When you try and dig them up and you try and make them better, it can... I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying it can fuck it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, had there been any of the remasters recently announced? Let me have a quick look on Edge, because I can't remember. So we've got Destroy All Humans. That has got to be one of the top.
Yes.
Mainly for how much of a cult classic it was back in the day. Remaster announcements. I mean, E3 in June was cancelled, unfortunately, obviously due to COVID.
Due to COVID, I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But there have still been, in the last couple of months, there's been a lot of new announcements for the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. There's been a couple of things about both consoles as well that have been released. I was saying to Dougie before, apparently there is going to be a bit of a speculation about PlayStation 5 storage. So,
yes, I don't really know too much about this though.
No, so I think it was IGN that was saying it. I can't remember off the top of my head. But,
right.
So Xbox will be keeping the storage, the storage setup that they've always had. So you're going to have inbuilt storage into the console, then you'll have the option to plug in an external hard drive. I mean, I've got a 4 terabyte plugged into my Xbox now.
Wait, sorry, can we just pause the bloody podcast for just a second and rewind? Let's just take this back a little bit. You have a 4 terabyte plugged into your Xbox?
Yeah.
That's so much. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I got it for 50 quid, so I was like, all right.
That's a very good fucking price, to be fair. I mean...
I've only got 90 gig of it left, but...
What the fuck are you doing? I mean, I had a 1 terabyte Xbox One X, and I tried to look into getting an extra external hard drive, but I just couldn't afford it. But that was 1 terabyte, and that was fine. What are you doing with minimum 4.5 to 5 terabytes of fucking of storage? You how
games?
Yeah, like. Listen, Craft is a gamer.
I don't see what's so hard to believe about. I've got a lot of games and I need a lot of storage for them. If I don't have the storage, I can't install the game and play it.
I mean, you have a 5 terabyte for your Xbox, Evil Dead Girl. What? Guys,
Thank you, Evil Dead Girl. It's not that of an uncommon thing, is it?
Demolition had a 6 terabyte. What is happening? Suspect Celery, thank you so much for the follow.
Suspect Celery.
I recognise that name. I recognise that name.
Yeah, she got me addicted to ooblets. Yeah, what's so hard to believe about 4 terabyte plugged into an Xbox?
I've just never, I mean, now I'm reading even higher numbers in chat, so, I mean, obviously, I'm the one that's...
It's not that. You can plug whatever. Why did you interrupt me over my original point? Basically, PlayStation 5, they are going to be looking at introducing cloud storage for their consoles. Now, the baseline cloud storage is probably, it's not been said how much it'll be, but it's probably not going to be looking particularly high.
No, I can't imagine it being too high.
I mean, if you think about it, Dropbox give you, what is it, 5 gigabyte free or something like that? If you think about it, how many games have huge updates nowadays? If you've got PlayStation 5 cloud storage, you've got 20 games installed on it, let's say, argument's sake, you're going to have to keep buying more storage. I mean, yeah, the same argument could be said for Xbox, but for Xbox, we've just had this discussion where, I've got 4 terabyte, Demolition's got 6. You can just buy bulk storage in one external hard drive and plug it in and you're sorted.
Yeah.
Whereas PlayStation, cloud storage is a bit of a different thing completely. This cloud storage, you might look at it being safer, but at the same time, you need to keep topping it up. You need to keep buying an extra few gigabyte here and there. They're going to have to sell cloud storage in bulk amounts in like a terabyte at a time. And how expensive is a terabyte's worth of cloud storage?
It's going to be so expensive, isn't it?
And I mean that was a recent thing. That's not been. I don't think it's been confirmed yet. But it was I'm sure it was like IGN were commenting on it, and obviously IGN are quite big in terms of the kind of the news and stuff that they release about games. They're probably at the top with like PC Gamer. And
oh yeah.
Easily. So it's although you've got to take it with a pinch of salt because it's not confirmed. That's also a pretty decent bit of salt that you got to take it with because the chances of it happening are pretty likely.
It's a pretty decent amount of salt.
That's a pretty decent bit of salt. Now. That's some Himalayan salt. So I mean, already, and Ducky was saying to me before the podcast, actually, we were looking at kind of like stories and that to say. Or do you want to say this bit, Ducky? Sorry.
What's that for?
About Steam.
About Steam. Oh yes, yeah. I don't mind. I mean, I'll happily talk about that very briefly. I mean, you can take over. I'll just quickly put my 10 pence in. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So basically, I mean, I brought this up because obviously, for those of you that don't know, rip into me all you like, I prefer Xbox over PlayStation, right? Always have since PlayStation 2. I think PlayStation 2 to this day was probably one of the best PlayStations. I had my PlayStation 2, switched over to Xbox, and I just always stuck with them. I understand the differences, I mean, I sold my Xbox and, I'm with PC now, so, changes can always happen, but... I'm sure you all know the people that make the game called Valve. Not the game Valve, like there's a game, what do you say, developers called Valve. They make, I mean, the game that comes to the top of my head is like Left 4 Dead and that type of game. I know they make Valve.
Half-Life as well.
Yeah, Half-Life, those type of games.
Yeah.
Well, the co-owner of Valve, and I think you said the owner of Steam. The owner of Steam and the co-owner of Valve Game Productions has recently said in an interview that he would definitely recommend the Xbox Series X over the PlayStation 5. Now we all know that
it's a big thing to say for somebody of
someone of that stature. Yeah.
So Gabe Newell, he is revered in memes as a god. He is actually referred to as our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, I mean,
by gamers everywhere.
What's his name? I think his name, like his nickname as a meme, is Lord Gaben, if I'm correct.
Lord Gaben.
Yeah, so Lord Gaben.
So that he is referred to as our Lord and Savior. There is not a single negative point about him on the internet, and he himself has come out and said, "I would play the Xbox over the PlayStation."
Which that's like
for him to
Steve Jobs saying, I'd rather use a Windows phone than a. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's like...
yeah, but like for Gabe to say that, because for him, he's almost certainly completely unbiased because Steam's not owned by Xbox or anybody. So it's an unbiased thing for him to say. For him to say it, he's done his research. He wouldn't just come out and say that because he preferred Xbox. He's probably seen something that he doesn't like about one console and he prefers about the other.
Yeah. It might even be things like game optimization. I mean, thinking from his point of view, he's not looking at it thinking, oh, actually, this one, looks a bit nicer. Like, he's not looking at it like that. He's probably thinking, do you know what? Looking at things like the ray tracing and whatever else, he's thinking game optimization, I would go for the Xbox. So
he's probably looking at Blackhandcraft's webcam right now thinking, fuck's sake.
Is that a PlayStation camera?
That's definitely not a Connect.
No.
But yeah, for him to say that is a huge thing in this current debate between the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. And actually, funnily enough, just following on from Ducky's point about ray tracing and him looking at like, the features and everything. The gameplay trailer was released for Halo Infinite, which quite personally, I've had an erection about Halo for about the last 3 years. Honestly, it is my favorite game of all time.
Halo is a very, very popular. Like you can't not really like it. Like I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it. Like I don't play it all the time, but I enjoy it when I do.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I've got the books of it. I am such a nerd for Halo. But the trailer released for Halo Infinite, and honestly, wasn't too impressed.
Really?
Was not impressed at all. It looks like they took Halo 1 and put a gun from Halo 4 in it.
Blackhandcraft not liking something. Wow, okay.
I know. And I mean, like I said, I've had I've had a boner over Halo for the last 4 years. And
there you go, dude.
honestly,
It's me, fam. There's your confirmation.
I watched this trailer and I was like, right, well, now my erection's gone. Like, I don't understand. To me, it looked like they didn't put a lot of time into it. They didn't put a lot of time and effort into it. They've reused so many models and stuff. And I'm not saying that they're the only people to do it. A lot of games do it.
Yeah.
But for a game that was so hyped about, because Halo Infinite was released, it was announced about a year and a half ago, if not a bit longer. So for them to release that trailer, I honestly want to meet the guy that did the final look over it and punch him square in the fucking jaw.
I mean, even that girl has just said, I've heard a lot of people say that too. So it's obviously got to be some sort of like popular belief. Do you know what I mean? Like, that, to be fair, Halo have let themselves down here. However,
they have, unless they're doing it as unless they're building up to something big. You know, if they turn around and say, "Did you guys watch that trailer? Ha ha ha! Got you."
Yeah, April Fool's in July or something like.
We recorded that on an Apple Mac.
Oi. But I mean, there's a statement here though, which is a little bit like, you know, it's back to the consoles a little bit. Demolition said the new PlayStation does look better than the new Xbox though. Whereas when they first got dropped,
PlayStation looks like a toaster.
Like, well, that's what I mean. When it first got back, hey CJ, welcome back, dude. When the new PlayStation got dropped, the amount of memes that went out on Twitter with it up against like a BT, you know, Wi-Fi hub or, you know, home router. I mean, according to Twitter,
from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, you know, yes. I mean, to be fair, when it comes to meme, you know, when you want to look at memeage, we'll add that into the dictionary. Fuck it, memeage, right? The PlayStation got a hell of a lot of shit, and it's normally Xbox. It's normally Xbox that gets a lot of, like, you know, a lot of shit. You think it looks similar to the 360, the Xbox 360? No, see, I don't. I think they tried too hard to make the PlayStation 5 look good. Whereas Xbox have gone, like, you look at my, like, you know, you look at a PC, right? Because, like, some people are like, oh my God, it's just a square. Like, that, what a PC is just a, hey, some kind of elf, welcome back. How are we doing?
What kind of elf are you?
I mean, a PC, like my case here as well, apart from the glass panel case, it's a black, like, cuboid. Do you know what I mean? But that's just how things go. Do you know what I mean? Like, I personally think the Xbox is nicer. They've got that subtle green, like, you know, LED sort of light underneath at the top. And apart from that, they've just gone for a sleek, smaller, compact, little... I think it's better than all these sharp angles of, like, white collars sticking out from the top and stuff. I just think it's a bit over the top.
Yeah.
The elves or whatever they replied, the elves or whatever they want their elves to be. It's a place for people to be themselves.
Right. We'll skip past that point. I'm just trying to think of where I got to with that topic, but yeah, I mean, we've seen, so kind of sort of not diminishing the point about sort of Halo's release and the trailer and everything, but Halo's obviously not the new things that we've seen announced. There has been a lot of I had E3's site up actually just to see what other things were announced. But this is another thing we want to put to the chat. You know, what games have you seen that have been released? What titles have you seen that have been announced?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
You're looking forward to, or you're not looking forward to. To be honest, I mean, I don't know if Ducky will agree with me here, but it'd be quite interesting to see what big titles, what AAA games have been released that people aren't looking forward to. That would definitely be a really interesting topic of discussion, because I'd love to be able to get into with viewers. You know, it'd be great to hear what your thoughts are.
Oh God, yeah.
How, like, let's take for example, there's been a lot of there's been a lot of two minds about the new Assassin's Creed game, which is another one of these big releases. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I was watching a video on that the other day, and that's kind of been met with a lot of mixed response, because Assassin's Creed, you know, anybody that played the first Assassin's Creed game will know that the first Assassin's Creed game you played as an assassin. Now you play as some random dude that picked up a sword and got lucky with it. You know, that game has changed so much through every game it's released.
Right, yeah.
But Valhalla, I mean, straight away, the first thing that Ubisoft bragged about with Valhalla was that the map was going to be 3 times bigger than the map of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was a huge map.
Right. Okay.
So straight away, I just thought, well, great. They're not putting anything into the content of the game. They're just going to make.
They're not changing anything. They're just expanding the map. That's it. That's
they're
cool.
Just Control C, Control V on the map. Brilliant.
Just copy and paste. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. That's been met with a mixed response. They've added a feature into the game where you can swap gender mid-game. So no longer do you choose your gender at the start, which has been the same in every other game, apart from maybe The Sims. But during Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you'll be able to swap gender mid-game. The reason they're doing that, they said, is because...
I mean...
what was it they said? Because they want to see it from two genders' points of views, basically.
Yeah, and I suppose it gives, that freedom of, whenever you want to, you can change. So
yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I might have a real life sex change halfway through the game, and I think, well, I don't want to play as this guy anymore.
Exactly.
You never know. I mean, it's obviously it's a bit of a nitpicky thing for me to pick out and say, there's a lot of speculation about this, but at the same time, they're adding features, but they're not releasing a lot about what they've put in the game.
Yeah.
They've told us that you can swap gender halfway through, and they've told us that the map's going to be 3 times bigger than the last game. All right, brilliant. What have you done with the story?
Yeah, but that's not always the main thing. Do you know what I mean? We're not always looking for that.
No, exactly. Like, what's the story like? What's the character development like? How does this tie in with the last 12 Assassin's Creed games that have come out? That's what people want to be... Well, in my opinion, that is what people would want to be seeing released with a AAA title.
Yeah.
But yeah, putting the question to chat, have there been any games been announced that you guys aren't looking forward to, or are
I mean, what games are you like, as you said, both looking and not looking forward to seeing being released? I mean, there's a new one that's been released, I think it's relatively new, that Ghost of Tsushima. Tsushima, yeah. I mean, that's definitely getting popular now. I think the gameplay actually looks really nice for it, personally. I think it looks like a really nice game. It does have a very Assassin's Creed feel to it. From the gameplay that I've seen, like in spots. Obviously not the whole game, but I think it looks really nice though. I think the actual gameplay itself seems popular, people are enjoying it. So I don't know too much about the game, I don't know what it's based on or anything like that, but it's definitely making a name for itself.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it's another one. There's actually a game that's been released today, which is called Grounded, which I will probably be streaming at some point over the next few days.
Grounded.
Grounded, yeah. So Grounded is this really cool looking new survival game. Now, as soon as I say survival, please don't tune out the podcast. I know there are 100,000 billion survival games out there.
Yeah, there's so many
every week. This one takes a bit of a new step. So with Grounded, it's kind of like, you guys ever seen the film Honey, I Shrank the Kids? It's basically the game of that. You play as 4 kids.
What, you shrink kids?
No. You play as the shrunken kid. How obvious was that?
Right, okay.
So it's set in a back garden. You play as 4 kids that have been shrunk down to the size of an insect.
Wow, okay.
And you've got to create your base and survive in this back garden. Now, that means that you've got to come across things like bees, wasps, spiders, ants, beetles, slugs, shit like that.
Okay.
Like
7 Days to Die meets Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I like it.
7 Days to Die meets Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's pretty much the perfect way of explaining it.
Yeah, okay.
I am going to be, like I say, streaming it over the next few days. I've got it installed, ready to go. I can't fucking wait for Ducky to stop talking so I can play it. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm not going to be playing it tonight, but I will be streaming it to see what it's all about. It does look super interesting because it basically takes that survival horror genre and just gives it another new twist. There's so many that, like, you've got Raft and then you've got Stranded Deep. They're both the same sort of aspect. They're both the same kind of premise. How many zombie survival games are there? It's nice to see a fresh new one come to the playing field and see what they can do with the genre. Because at the end of the day, things like, I mean, there was a fad about zombie games, a couple of years ago. When
they were definitely big. I think COD Zombies kind of launched that off. Do you know what I mean? To begin with.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. And it's interesting now. It's more, I think the battle with these kind of genres and new games coming out now is less of what's going to be a new game and more of what can a new game bring to the genre. So Grounded have taken a completely different idea for a survival game. There's a couple of multiplayer games like Dead by Daylight and one called Secret Neighbor that is based on the game Hello Neighbor.
And we love Hello Neighbor. We love Hello Neighbor.
Boom.
Alan! Alan! The Walking Dead was the cause of that. Oh, really? I know they did release a game. I wasn't too... See, Lauren won't watch the TV series of Walking Dead, right? She won't even...
Lauren's
blink.
Making the right decision.
Right, no, it's a fantastic TV series, right?
No, it's not.
But then I played the game...
Season 3.
I played the game and was so bummed out. I thought the game was shit, whereas Lauren loves the game. Like, it's so weird, but I just don't think the game for Walking Dead personally was that great. There might be different ones that I might not have played or whatever, but the first one that I did play was... I was like, yeah, no, I'm just going to rewatch this series. So,
I never actually played it myself. But I mean, there's... How many zombie games were there and are there? You know, there's new ones around every corner. Obviously, Left 4 Dead was probably one of the big ones that is still great. You know, I've got Left 4 Dead 2 on my laptop, and I love going back to it and playing it every now and then.
Left 4 Dead is a fucking classic, and it will forever be treasured as a great game. And that was by Valve.
Yes, it was. That was another Valve one. The introduction of mods has only made Left 4 Dead better and stronger.
Yeah.
But a lot of things now, especially with E3 announcing new games all the time, is just seeing what a new game can bring to the genre that it is being released in. So, like I say, Grounded, I'm super excited to play it. We have also got a new one that has come into the kind of the kids genre, for want of a better word, and that is the game Ooblets.
Yes, I mean, to be fair,
holy shit.
Blackhandcraft was streaming Ooblets last night, guys, right? And I was just, I was on call with you, right? And bear in mind, I'd had 3 of these of rum and coke, and these are quite, these are quite big, mugs, right? And I'd had 3 of these of big rum and coke, and I literally finished work, so it was like, they were quite strong, let's just say. And it got to the point where we were literally in tears, like watching playing this game. It's such an amazing game.
Yeah.
It's so fun and just so disconnect. You can disconnect from everything while playing this, and there's so many little features that you can just laugh at. It's so nice. It's such a...
And it's just so ridiculous as well. And like Ducky's just been saying, you pick up on so many things, because the game is actually, I don't know if anybody's seen any idea of seen anything for Ooblets. It's essentially like Animal Crossing meets Pokemon, for want of a better explanation. But it is filled with adult humor. It's filled with little. You speak to somebody that lives in the little town or the little village, and they'll give you a response back that only really an adult's gonna get. It's like watching a Disney film. There's all these. It's filled with these jokes that you're only gonna get if you're a bit more older, a bit more mature. So, I've just seen Lauren talk about Rainbow Six Quarantine as well.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I mean, I didn't even know about that. I've literally just read the message, done like a big, and just looked at Lauren as to say, is this true? Because if that's true, I'm a big fan.
Come out in April.
Like, I'm a big fan of Rainbow Six. I liked Tom Clancy, the game series are fucking amazing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And when Rainbow Six came out, I was playing it. I played it for a long time. Then I stopped, but then that's what I started. That's what built up my streaming on as well. I started streaming Rainbow Six Siege. Loved the game, still do, but I just don't play it anymore because I don't really have my Xbox and I don't want to buy it for PC right now. But I mean, if that's coming out, Rainbow Six Quarantine, that's gonna be like, hello. Like, I want this. I'm gonna be doing a lot of research. Oops, it's an event for limited time with Rainbow Six Siege. Oh, so it's not a game.
No, it was. It was.
It was a game?
Actually, they're releasing it, or they said anyway that they'd be releasing it as a standalone.
As a standalone? Right, okay.
When it originally came out, it was a limited event for Siege. So it was, I think it was over like a couple of months, and it was released as a limited time, mission-based event. But they did say that they would be releasing it as a standalone game, because it was met with a lot of popularity over the through the community. Yeah,
I'll tell you one thing that Rainbow Six Siege did fucking incredibly, and I know it's been happening for a long time, but I experienced it for the first time last year, was their Halloween update and stuff like that. their Halloween update where there's new game modes and new outfits, and you can do hide and seek, and they all have these different. It was incredible. I was playing that every day, and I was like, yo, I like this. I don't know if any of you guys here in chat have played the Halloween update. I don't know if they change it every year, but I mean, at the time, that was some good stuff. Are you okay? Are you okay? Everything good?
Yeah, just sounded like there was something in my room. Carry on.
I was like, I was that talking. I was like, he's saying, I can't be that boring. even the co-host of this podcast, like, fucking hell. do you know what I mean? He's just like, yeah, fuck this. But no, I mean, it did look very, very good. Right. What to move on to? Let's have a little gander. Like I said, we did have some stuff open. It's a big spider, like the one behind Cam. Unfortunately, Colin, I can see myself, so that was a good try, though. I'll give you that. Some more popular games.
I did have a spider. In fact, I did have a spider wandering around my room yesterday when I was streaming.
Oh no, I can't stand them. Hate them.
I don't mind. Like, I like spiders. Like, this guy just kept running to and from like my cupboard and everything. I was like, you don't bother me, mate. I won't bother you. We're all good. We're all good. He was sound. He's moved in now. He's paying half the rent. It's brilliant.
Wait, no, I don't believe. So Lawrence has put a message in chat saying some more popular games apparently coming out. One, Resident Evil 8 Village, right? Now that I can understand. Before we move on to that topic, though, because that is something that I think would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to discuss that as well.
But she said there's also GTA 5 Remastered. That I don't believe. I personally do not believe that there's a game called GTA 5 Remastered. They're not going to remaster a game that is still out, if that makes sense. Like, you look at like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare, any whatever games that have been remastered, they're old. And don't get me wrong, I know that, GTA was released in, what was it, 2013, 2015?
Yeah.
But it's still, they're making millions off it still. It's still one of the biggest games. They still have updates. I just don't think they're going to be remastering it. Exactly. I mean, you've got Red Dead, which they need to really, try and help and sort out.
Yeah, because we were talking about this the other day, weren't we?
Yeah, and you got GTA 6 hopefully next fucking year or two, so...
Yeah. Well, I mean, so with Resident Evil, apparently, it's not actually the...
What are your sources?
It's either it's not Village or it's not Resi 8. It's something like that. They basically said that...
Oh, is it going to be either...
They've got another game coming out, and the next game coming out is going to be the end of the series.
Oh, like completely?
That's, yeah. Or they said the end of the story, so I don't know if it's following a particular character, because there's what, 3 or 4 main characters in Resident Evil, isn't there?
Yeah.
You've got the Redfields, so there's Claire and Chris, they're probably the main ones. You've got Leon as well. He's probably the biggest character in Resident Evil. He's that big that I can't actually remember what his second name is. But yeah, they've said something about the new Resident Evil is not going to be the last one, but it'll be the one after would be the last one.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm really
yeah,
interested to see chronologically how they're going to title it. And kind of what they're going to do.
Yeah, like Fast and Furious did. Do you know what I mean? Like that, at the start when they were coming out, it was a bit like, where's this going? And then at the end, it's like, this one goes here and here and here. So yeah,
no, absolutely. So
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we can only wait and see. But no, the trailer has been released for Resident Evil. That came out.
Does it look good? Have you seen it?
Yeah, the trailer looks absolutely stunning. We got new enemies to look forward to. It also looks like, so I don't know how much you guys know about the premise of Resident Evil. Resident Evil, without giving any spoilers away for the games, a company called Umbrella Corps were working on sort of cures for viruses, I think, and they ended up altering human genetics, and that's how the zombies got created.
Right.
It looks like we see a new disease in the next Resident Evil game. There's a new type of monster.
Wow.
It doesn't look like a zombie. So potentially we might be seeing a new type of enemy here, a new type of disease that's out and about.
Right, okay.
Kind of a new setting as well. Most of the Resident Evil games are set in cities, especially the city Raccoon City, which is what Umbrella Corps is based in. But no, this one is set in, I think it's the Russian countryside. So again, we got a new setting, something else to look forward to. So no, I'd
100%.
be really interested to see what they bring out the bag here.
Yeah, I mean, same. I've only played a couple. I haven't played all of them. I've only played a couple, but I mean,
yeah,
definitely something that I would like to, see what they're doing with.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Sweet. It's all about COVID-19. What is? The new Resident Evil?
Probably is, to be honest. It wouldn't surprise me.
Wow, okay. Their experiments, possibly. Oh. I mean, talking of COVID, I've literally been staring at this little topic.
Mate, you've been waiting to talk about this.
I have.
For the last 3 days.
I have, right? And guys, I'm sorry to bum you out. It's not something that we can have a proper full-on debate about, I don't think. Tell me your opinions, please. But I just thought it was a really cool thing that I saw pop up on Twitter. Was the obviously there was in the UK, I think it was yesterday, there was the first animal in the UK to be confirmed with COVID-19, and it was a pet cat. Apparently what happened was the cat contracted it from the owners, but then apparently there's no evidence to suggest that we can pick them up from animals. So I don't get how that works. How can the animal pick it up from us, but we can't pick it up from the animal? If that animal has COVID-19 and it licks your face or licks your hands or, licks itself and maybe molts a little bit with the fur and you sit down on that sofa, surely there's got to be some sort of way that can be transferred onto the sofa, then onto you.
You've got to think as well, how did the virus start? Some guy ate a bat.
Is that how it... I knew it started something to do with bats, but I don't think...
The virus started, or at least the news and everybody was saying the virus started because a guy ate a bat and contracted the virus.
He ate
it's all well
the
and good
bat?
Them now say, yeah, it was in a Chinese... the Chinese markets.
The way you said that was so casual. That was... It's like, yeah, it was... Yeah.
It was the Chinese markets, mate, all right? Basically, the point is he ate a bat. So he ate this bat in a soup. And that is how the virus initially spread. So now they're saying, oh, you can't get the virus from animals. But that's how it started. Yeah. If I couldn't get it from animals, I wouldn't fucking have it in the first place.
I mean, I don't know if it means if you're petting your pet, you can't catch it that way. I don't know what they mean. Yeah,
you can't catch it from giving your pet some treats or something. I don't know. But
I mean, either their girls said we had dogs testing positive from the start in the US, from day one, basically. But I mean, this is the first animal in the UK to be confirmed. Yeah. There definitely might have been, animals, fucking bowling around, city of Leicester or something, with COVID-19. But this is the first case that's been confirmed. Shlee, what's going on, dude? Welcome in. Yo, Quack, what's happening, my feathery friend? It's all good, dude. It's all good. How are you? A bat crapped on food in the market. Oh, that's what happened.
Oh, I thought the bat was actually in the food. Oh.
Apparently, the bat feces into the food, and he ate the food. And I mean, I don't know why. So feces. Okay, the bat shat in his food. Okay, and then
I just don't think feces is a word.
I mean, I thought it was. I don't actually have a drink right now. I do need another one. That's next week's topic. Vocabulary with Ducky. Yeah. But I mean. I just thought, why would you... Surely, there's got to be at least a 60% chance that that food has been shat in by a bat. Especially a bat. I'm pretty sure a bat is... They have white poo, right? If this is true, bear in mind, guys, I know this from Ace Ventura Pet Detective, okay, with Jim Carrey. But I'm sure when they were touching it and he was doing whatever... It's middle to good. I got you. I'm sure the bat poo is white. Can someone confirm that? I don't know.
Think it is because Chester Zoo's got you walk through the bat enclosure and they shit all over the place. I don't think
and they just shit all over the place.
Also, actually, if a bat shat in somebody's food in China and the virus spread, how has nobody got COVID beforehand from Chester Zoo?
I mean, that
Think
bat
about
specifically.
The amount of people per year that have been shat on by a bat.
I mean, I think that bat specifically, because I know COVID itself has been around for fucking years. It's just this is a new strain that came from this bat in China. This poor bat obviously had a dodgy stomach and just shits out into someone's noodles.
Yeah.
So
the problem with it being a virus is that a virus will constantly change and evolve, and Not just with COVID, but how, you don't just get the cold once. You don't get a cold once, do you?
Exactly.
A cold
exactly.
is a
Yeah.
virus. It will constantly change and adapt and evolve. So yeah, Ducky, you're absolutely right. COVID has been around for years, but there is a new strain now.
Because
who's not to say there's going to be a new strain 10 years into the future?
Do you want to know?
Into the future.
Do you want to know the thing that really annoyed me when the COVID thing first started? Is I remember looking on Twitter and seeing a woman post a picture of her Dettol bottle, and she went, "Got this out of the trash from 4 months ago." One, why do you still have your trash from 4 months ago, right? Yeah. Like, oh yeah, hang on, COVID's come around. Let's have a look at the bin bag from January. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not a thing that's I'm worried for your health and safety, Karen, right? Okay. And secondly, she looked at the bottle and put it all over Twitter, and it was on the back, it said kills COVID. Like, it listed a lot of the germs that it kills, and one of them it was COVID. And she went, the government knew about this the whole time. They were prepping us, but Dettol didn't do. And I was sort of there like, no, COVID has been around for God knows how long. Just like any other virus, disease, anything like that. You can take it as serious things like cancer and stuff. You have mouth cancer, stomach cancer, lung cancer. They're all different categories of cancer. Same with COVID. So no, it just so happens that COVID-19 is the new strand of COVID. So, because I'm pretty sure on the bottle it says something like coronavirus or something. My family that works in the wards said there's now something they are calling Sorry, I had a bit of a dry mouth there. Clinically COVID, where people are going into hospital with all the symptoms of COVID, but are testing negative to COVID. Well, that's a cold. Surely. High temperature.
That's the other thing, though. It's like telling the difference between what is and what isn't COVID.
It looks like mouse shit.
Today, and I was sneezing because of my hay fever, but the amount of people that were giving me a wide berth.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a little quick look, guys. I'm gonna have a little quick look on Google. Bat shit. Right? I'm literally just googling bat shit.
Why are you googling this?
Because I want to see.
Actually, I kind of want to see as well.
Oh no, it's not. It's completely black. I don't know. I don't know why I'm looking.
You, Chester Zoo doesn't put down fake feces on the floor.
I've just completely closed down
shit in the zoo.
I've just completely closed down everything. JM18 Joshua, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Remember, guys, as well, we'd both really appreciate it if you could hop on over to the Twitter and the Twitch account. There is a Rumor Has It podcast, Twitter and Twitch. This is the pilot first episode, so this is the test to see how it runs, to see everything. Grim, thank you so much for the host. I'm loving this podcast. Great idea. Thank you so much. But yeah, please go drop those accounts to follow. Obviously, eventually we'll be streaming the podcast once a week on the podcast account on Twitch. So please go follow that account, and obviously follow on Twitter as well at RHI Podcast on Twitter, because that's where all the updates will be. Will be coming through. So I'm just waiting for this ad to finish so I can listen to the music again. Here we go. We're back. Fucking oh my god, I'm losing the way to speak. Fucking amazing, especially with you two nutters. we can be pretty mad, right?
Yeah, boy.
My auntie said that 5 people on her ward, this is Lauren speaking, my auntie said that 5 people on her ward have passed away with this clinically COVID. One of them is in their 20s. Obviously, so these people are passing away. They're testing negative to COVID, but they are still passing away with the symptoms of COVID. Could this be a new strand? I mean, I know that not long ago there was an outbreak in the Congo of Ebola. And I said...
Yeah, it's killed 4 more people, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I said, God help us if COVID meets with Ebola. Could you imagine like a hybrid virus of Ebola and COVID? I think that would seriously damage the human population, personally. Because it won't be good. I will go get a drink, Danny. Also, she treated someone who was a runner, and now he has the hospital with severe asthma. Jesus. There is evidence that some US states were claiming flu and pneumonia cases as COVID to keep the numbers up because they get paid for having high numbers. Wow, doesn't surprise me. Right, guys, I'm going to leave you quickly. Twiggy, yo, why didn't that come through? With the 100 biddies, thank you so much.
100 bits.
Conspiracies, Pog. Twiggy, thank you so much, dude. I've just realized I didn't add the fucking alert box into this. Like I said, guys, this is, the pilot thing. It's going to be rough around the edges. Not everything is up to scratch. But Twiggy, thank you so much, dude. We both really appreciate that. I'll be sure to split that with you, Blackhandcraft.
Oh, thank you.
If that happened, then goodbye. Yeah, exactly, Demolition. Right, guys, I'm going to leave you with Blackhandcraft for 2 minutes while I was going to get a drink. So I'll be right back.
Awesome. So whilst we're waiting for Ducky to come back, I mean, we're not going to be completely talking about like COVID and everything. I do need to check the uptime actually on the stream just to see how long we have got left. Let's have a quick gander. Bear with me a second. Okay, brilliant. I've just accidentally closed down the stream on my phone. Great. So we've already discussed, we've had a bit of a mix of topics so far. So we've discussed new releases, we've discussed a couple of different bits about the Xbox One Series X and the PlayStation 5, and then we've just discussed COVID-19, which has been great. But it's interesting to get, I think and I'm sure Ducky will agree when he comes back, as he said a couple of minutes ago, this is our pilot episode. We're rough around the edges. We're trying out a lot of different things here that, we don't know if they're working. We're just talking to each other and discussing things that we've seen. What are your guys' opinions? How are you guys finding it? Are there any topics that you want us to discuss for the last remaining minutes of the podcast? We've been on for an hour and 39 minutes so far. Yes, I did see the uptime. Thanks, Danny. So do you both see the same chat? Demolition, I've got Ducky's chat loaded on my phone here.
I am back, by the way.
So I'm just following the chat. Not doing a very good job, unfortunately. I'm not following it very well, but I have also got, on my Xbox, I've got Microsoft Edge. So, if we're discussing something, I can just quickly nip up, type in, have a look there, But yeah,
sorry, guys. Twiggy, thank you for the 100 bits again, dude. We appreciate that. That's for you.
Is there any topics that you want to see us discuss for the last bit of the podcast? I don't know how much longer you're wanting to go, Ducky. We've been on for just under a couple of hours.
That's a longer than what we were hoping that these episodes would be around an hour to an hour and a half each, right?
Yeah. But I mean, just to finish it off, are there any topics you want us to see us quickly go through now? We'll have a look into things for you guys. We can have a look at maybe some theories that are about. Have a look at some rumors. Rumor has it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've got our notepad and pens, so let us know, guys. Any sort of topics, like as Blackhandcraft just said there, anything that you think might be good for next week's podcast.
Grim's got one there. Do you reckon COVID is government made? I personally don't, for the fact that it has been a virus that has been around for a very long time, but it has just evolved. And I mean, obviously, I can see there's a lot of different conspiracy theories as to why it might be, and there's a lot of what could be evidence. But I mean, if you think about how a virus normally works, it's the same as a common cold. It'll pass, it'll evolve, it'll change. You'll get it through a different way. I mean, the first ever common cold you probably only got if somebody sneezed on your mouth, and now you can get them from picking up a cardboard box.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everything changes and evolves. I just think that this happens to be the point of time when a particularly bad strain of an evolving virus has been released.
Yep.
There's 6 billion people in the world. It only takes one of them to make a silly mistake, like eat bat poo.
And that's it. We're off on one. The graph begins.
And we're off. Rumor has it Ducky can be fixed.
Yeah, I saw
Ducky,
that.
Can you be fixed?
I can be fixed, yeah, but the manufacturers, when I get sent back, they send me back. They're like, fuck that. No thanks. So sorry.
Twiggy, Ducky can be fixed. It's just nobody wants to put in the time or the effort.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But yeah, guys, I mean, another little random question as well. Fair enough. How's the audio been? Excuse me. In the terms of both of our voices separately, the little music background. I'll give up hoping then, Twiggy.
Yeah, come watch me instead when I'm streaming.
Amazing. Your new mic is sick. Thank you.
It is very good. It's a very good new microphone.
I'm expecting a bad comment from Twiggy saying the microphone's shit. Just to put me down that I'm joking. Much love to Twiggy.
The microphone works better than you do.
Oh, that's so fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Audio has been great. Thank you, Evil Dead. I appreciate you sticking around as well for like the full 2 hours, and everybody else that might have been as well for here.
Yeah, and everybody else. It's been great to have you here actually for the pilot.
Yeah, 100%.
Really fun.
Audio has been great. Don't tempt me, for fuck's sake. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to cover, or are we going to end it there and get ready for next week's podcast?
I'm just trying to think. I mean, so topics-wise, I think we've covered everything. We've covered everything we wanted to, haven't we?
Near enough, yeah.
I mean, we've spoken about why we wanted to start the podcast, and we really do want this to hit the ground running, and we do want to turn it into a regular thing that people look forward to. So it is honestly, it's so good having all of you guys in here in the chat. I will be as well at some point. I'll eventually have this streaming on my channel. It's just running into a couple of hardware issues on the setup. We'll just be, for the time being, we'll just be running this through Ducky's channel, and then I'll be hosting it on mine. Yeah. And
obviously, like I said, eventually as well, we'll be trying to bring it across, so we'll only be streaming it on the official Rumor Has It, the podcast Twitch account, and then we'll be hosting it on both our channels as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But like I said, I mean, it's pilot episode, so it's been great having you guys here. And like I said, we want to turn this into what becomes a good regular podcast. We will probably be looking at a lot of news and rumors and stuff to do with the streaming world, to do with games, to do with releases, things like that. But we will also be covering other topics.
Yeah.
Just to keep, mainly because
Colin, thank you so much for those 200 bits as well, dude. We both appreciate that. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much. They're probably all going straight to Ducky. Honestly, it's fine.
No, they're not. I'm halving everything.
No, but yeah, it is something that we really want to grow, and we do want to hear your guys' input as well. Not just feedback, but topic-wise as well. I think, Ducky, have you got the channel points up as well?
I do, yes. So we do have a new section in channel points as well for 5,000. I might lower that, and just make it accessible for anybody. But it's basically recommended topic for us guys as well. So here, have some more. Lol. Thank you so much, Demolition.
Thanks, Demolition, man.
But yeah, we just love for you to guys. I know at the end of the day, we know it's a podcast. Yes, even though I looked at that. I was meant to talk about it today, but obviously it's coming up to 2 hours.
I've just seen something about that.
So even though we promise we will cover that next week. We promise. Obviously there should be some more information.
Do a bit of research as well. Have a look into things.
Mini Redneck 22, thank you so much for the follow as well. Obviously, but yeah, like I said, guys, this is a podcast. This is where obviously me and Blackhandcraft are here having a debate, having a little chat, having a laugh. But we don't want it to be a thing where it's me and Blackhandcraft talking to each other, and then you guys just sat there watching. Like, we want you guys to get involved. We don't want this to be a boring thing. We want you guys to love coming in here. We want to know your ideas. We want to know your opinions. We want you guys to get involved in a laugh. So I can't just thank you all enough. This has been a great little pilot episode. Actually, a lot better than I thought it'd be.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's actually run very smoothly.
It's been a great podcast. Can't wait for next week. Dude, it's me, fam. Thank you. And dude, it's me, your mum as well. I did see that. Thank you for the follow as well.
I love you both. I think eventually what we'd probably be looking at doing as well is, I mean, we would be looking at structuring a lot of the podcasts well early in advance. So,
yes. Yeah.
If somebody requests a topic now, unless it's something that, say if somebody put something in now that we could say, say if somebody said, oh, can you talk about the Xbox and the PS5? And it may be a particularly slow podcast. We could talk about that there and then.
Oh, yeah.
Not the topic,
yeah.
So, they will be a week or two in advance. One, because I can imagine a couple of people would be requesting topics.
Yeah.
So, we would need to balance out and just make sure that everybody, we don't want you to waste your channel points. We want to make sure that everybody's topic is included.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So,
but we just need to, make sure that we get enough research in as well. The last thing I want to do, take for example when Lauren said the Johnny Depp and the was it Lauren? Sorry, or was it Evil Dead Girl?
Evil Dead Girl said
Spears.
Yeah, Lauren said Britney Spears. I think it was Evil Dead. Yeah, Evil Dead Girl said Johnny Depp, Amber Heard defamation case. So it's a grim thing as well. To be fair, it's something that I quite like reading.
Yeah,
but when I read it, I was like, dirty bitch.
I mean, I couldn't comment on either of them at the minute. So, just give us a week. Let's do some research just so we can give you the best answers we can and just make it as interesting as possible. And I mean, there's going to be times when we're going to be bullying the shit out of each other.
Oh, God, yeah.
Ducky, but
welcome back, V-Chunk. I mean, yeah, Blackhandcraft absolutely hates me, so...
Yeah, you're a prick. But we will be making sure that we get as much information in for you guys as we possibly can. Because at the end of the day, a podcast is only as good as its viewers.
Yeah.
Same as a streamer.
Yep.
Same as that guy, twitch.tv/blackhandcraft.com. We're only as good as you guys. So thank you so much for coming out. It has been great having you.
It has been, yeah. And like I said, I just didn't want it to be... Sorry, go on, what are you saying?
I was just going to say, I need to give some thanks to Brad Miller Games, Kai0220, and Evil Dead Girl as well. Thank you so much for the follows. I was originally at 11 follows to 300. I am now 8. So thank you so much for that.
Which reminds me, guys, I'm going to put in the... hang on, guys. That's the Twitter, guys, for our new account. If you could go, just obviously copy-paste that into Twitter and drop that a follow. And Rumor Has It podcast. That one there is our Twitch account as well. Please, guys, go drop them a follow. I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, I just think, that'd be really good. I mean, like I said, we don't want this to be a thing where you guys are just sat here watching bored. We want this to be a thing where you can have a laugh. We're gonna have a laugh. It's nothing, it's not 100% seriousness. Like, we're not, we're gonna be, chilling out and having a laugh. So it'll be good fun. I've just read Grim's message as well. When I'm as pig as you. Thank you.
V-Chunk, I've just seen your message as well, dude. I'm not streaming at the minute. I think this was, I did explain it, but I think it was just before you came back. When we were doing tests for how we'd set it up, I just ran into constant hardware issues. So I will be eventually streaming, but at the minute it's just going to be run on Ducky's channel. So keep an eye out for it, but you just need to keep an eye out on Ducky's. So, you don't need to go any further than that, which is all right.
Awesome. Well, I think that rounds up nicely. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that sounds good to me. I'm going to take back what I said earlier as well about Grounded. I am going to be streaming that tonight. So if anybody wants to see any new game content for this new survival game called Grounded, please drop me a follow. Check that out later on this evening. I'll be streaming that. Are you doing a stream after this, Ducky? Sorry.
No, I won't be. No, so I mean, I can. I'll pop across with you. Obviously, I'll be chatting away in your stream.
I just want to make sure I don't pinch any of your followers. But there's a new survival game that's come out today.
Don't leave me, guys.
Fuck off, Ducky. Come with me. No, honestly, kidding. Loyalty aside. But yeah, new survival game that's come out today. I'm going to be streaming that later this afternoon after I've had a pizza.
Yeah.
Check that out later. But thank you so much for coming along. As Ducky said, we've got channels now for Rumor Has It itself.
Yep.
They will be eventually what we move to. I'm just repeating what Ducky said, but just sort of solidifying it. But cannot thank you guys enough. Honestly, it's been great. It has been great. It's been super active today, which I think is really good.
Yeah, 100%. And I just hope everything's ran okay, obviously, I am recording this, guys, along with streaming it. So when this finishes, like I said, this will be going up onto the YouTube. We'll be, editing it and putting clips together, highlights, whatever. So you'll see it around Twitter as well. I will put a post up as well. But yeah, it's been awesome. And I think like I said, guys, it's only a once a week thing. So obviously me and Blackhandcraft will be streaming as usual throughout the week. He'll be streaming on his channel. I'll be streaming on my channel. But I mean, once a week, around Tuesday or Wednesday-ish, I think we've decided on, isn't it? Tuesday, Wednesday, every week will be when we will go live under Rumor Has It, the podcast, and discussing trending topics that week. But I don't think it'll be any more than once a week, especially for now. But it's definitely something that we hope you guys look forward to. What's the YouTube? The YouTube for Rumor hasn't been fully made, but I will do it. So by the time this stream finishes, within half an hour, you can easily go check that out, and the video should be up there. But I mean, everything else, Twitter, Twitch, and stuff like that, go check it out, guys. I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, awesome. Is that everything?
I think that's everything we needed to cover.
Awesome. Right. Just a reminder, guys, that Blackhandcraft will be streaming after this. What did you say? Grounded, did you say?
Yeah, so it's what is it now? It's just coming up to 8:15. So
yeah,
I'll probably aim to start streaming about 9 o'clock, maybe.
Right. Okay. So yeah, so you can see the time in the top corner over there, around 9 p.m. British time. So you can see from that clock there. It'll be in approximately an hour's time. Blackhandcraft will be live on Grounded, so please do check that out. We don't have a stream ending screen, so we just want to thank you all again so much. Twiggy, Demolition, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follows,
really
everybody.
Appreciate that.
And everybody that stopped by, and even if it's just for a quick hello, we really appreciate that. And thank you for everyone getting involved, having a little chat with us. We've loved it, and obviously tomorrow I'll be streaming back to normal on some Just Chatting and maybe some Euro Truck or something. So I'll look forward to seeing you there, guys. I think that's it. That's a goodbye from both of us, and thank you for such an awesome pilot episode 1. Let's go, baby.
We'll see you guys next week.
Take care, guys. Bye. Oh, right.